Yes, indeed. Witches existed among the Abakuria people. Witches still exist. I have brushed shoulders with witches, and therefore I can testify of their existence. I can testify of their nocturnal activities. I have a testimony. Witches exist in the Abakuria community. Hello viewer, this is a must-watch episode. 5 reasons why witches intermarried amongst themselves. And this is from the Abakuria Memoirs. Reason number 1, to safeguard their dirty secrets from the unauthorized. 2, making oji porridge for their hyenas will be easier to a daughter-in-law who already has been doing it. She should have come from the family that practices witchcraft. 3, obedience and courage by the new daughter-in-law from the witch family. Obedience was a necessity, and therefore this one was easily tapped from a daughter who comes from a witch family. 4, continuity of the practice. 5, it was a practice handed down from generation to generation. It was hereditary. Welcome to GM Chacha TV. I am of the Abakuria people, very proud of my Abakuria roots and heritage. I wish to keep the Abakuria heritage alive for future generations to know their roots and even trace their taproot. Help me do this by subscribing and clicking the bell. Thank you. Witchcraft among the Abakuria people still exists, though the number of witches has significantly diminished. Why? Because the children born of witch families, as they acquire education and move out of Kuria land, they leave behind the family gods of witchcraft. They transform with modernity. A young man from a witch family would be obligated to marry a wife from a family that practiced witchcraft. Mothers from witch families would actually arrange marriages for their children. They knew each other well since every night they met at assembly point in local schools at around midnight. Marriage within witch families was arranged by parents. So how would witches meet at night? They had a bell ringer. Every village school has a bell in the form of a rim of a car. These rims are always tied or fastened onto a big tree within the school compound. Witches would use these bells to summon each other for nocturnal meetings and activities. Back to the daughter-in-law. What was she required to do? She was tasked with making of porridge for hyenas. It is said that hyenas are fed on porridge at night. Many families had hyenas, some still do. As such, she would make close to 2 nyabairos of porridge to feed the ugly beasts, which were used both as chariots of mobility and tool of trade. The witches scheduled meetings and would meet at the homes of members in turns. They all would be stark naked, very naked. Men, women, daughters, sons would all be naked. Uchi wa mnyama. It is during the nocturnal meetings that they would decide where to go, who to kill, which body to dig up for rituals or witchcraft purposes, what specimen should be brought for witchcraft, among others. The nocturnal activities, which involved visiting homes with hyenas, and please take note that hyenas would laugh throughout the night, ran from around 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. when the witches withdrew to bathe in rivers. Possibly the Gen Zs may say, this is fiction. Well, it happened, and it still happens, though to a small extent now. Someone may ask, have you ever experienced or come across witches? Yes, I have. In my own compound where, oh my goodness, no. I hate to remember the experience, the ordeal that I have suffered in the hands of these witches. Yes, I have. What if unknowingly a girl got married to a witch family, which would happen in some instances? Actually, it happened often that a girl was married to a homestead only for her to discover that that was a witch family. So maybe somebody would ask, what would be the situation? One such incident happened where the girl who was madly in love with Gituti, not his real name please, of the witch family discovered to her shock when she was woken up to cook porridge for visitors, only for her to discover that the visitors were many hyenas inside a special house or a special hut. On the second day, as she went to the river to fetch water, she took off and never returned. She reached her home dumb and deaf, so that she doesn't tell the tale. Thank you, viewer, for working with me in this episode. Your time helps me document the Abakuria culture, of which I am very proud of. To the Abakuria people, this is where we have come from. This is our chapter, not dark, but very human. Let's not be ashamed of our history, but rather build ourselves into better people. Thank you all.